Yo, what is up, guys? How we doing? Right, let me put some audio on. Oh wow, I'm getting served a 5 rad right now. Need a UGC video of your business. RIP. I think AI is taking over too much. Be interesting how that market changes on Fiverr with AI. It's like, people go to Fiverr for cheap services, right? But now you've got freaking AI that can do it even better, even cheaper. It's just mad. It's mad and it's scary. Today I built an SEO AI tool. It literally does everything, including product walkthroughs, which is also pretty crazy. It scares me every day, honestly. And now you got ChatGPT tasks coming out. I don't fully understand that stuff yet. Like, I know what it does, but I don't really understand like the full use case yet, or how I could implement it. But I'm probably going to spend some time tonight just looking into it, see what the benefits are, how to essentially build something on top of it. At the moment, Facebook is doing really well for me. I don't know why, but I'm just getting like solid results on every account right now, even my own business. I'm getting like really good stuff. Break even ROAS in this account is 1.7 or 1.8. I think it's 1.8 actually. So we're doing right so far. But we do have times where it does dip a little bit on the ROAS. But so far, January is a pretty good month. Don't know why, nothing's really changed. I feel like the brand, or this product here, is very much kind of novelty. It's not really needed, but it seems to be working. Do I leverage Q5 well? Yeah, there's quite a few people who are in our funnel from Q5. How do I get dark mode? I'm using a Chrome extension called Dark Reader. It's pretty good. It makes everything dark. I mean, on my screen, because I'm using Flux as well, kind of looks like purpley. I'm going to turn Flux off. I don't think it makes a difference for you guys, though. I think you just see like the normal version. Now I've turned Flux off, so my screen is less yellow. How many days you wait before scaling a budget with 20% for this client, or how do you scale? I try and wait at least 24 hours. But I do get clients who within a few hours or even one day, they're like, I want to scale this, I want to take it from 100 days to 1,000 a day. but usually about 24 hours. How long do you run an ad before killing it? 3 to 7 days. The range depends on how much you're spending a day, how much data you have. 7 days is good, but obviously some brands you can say within like 3 days, a lot quicker. What's that, guys? Just doing this. If performance doesn't match up, you can scale it down by like 20% per day, but if performance really isn't hitting, I would just turn it off and replace it with something else. You're only 3 hours right now, only 24 hours so far. CTR is 4%. Should you kill it 1% or wait? It's too early, 24 hours. CTR sounds a little bit high. So you're looking at CTR all, right? Not CTR from ad to landing page, I'm guessing. The other thing to look at is that if you've got an ad that's getting like 3% CTR, if you hover over the ad set, you can see how many ads carts you've had, how many initiate checkouts. And that's another way to look at it. If you get like a load of ad carts, some initiate checkouts, then it's pushing people down, getting close to checking out, which is a good sign to keep it running. If you're just getting like a bunch of clicks, you're spending money, no one's adding to the cart, no one's initiating checkout or purchasing, then that would be a signal that something's not set up right. PMax in depth. I can explain it. I'm just trying to think if there's an account I can show you. Let me think. I can probably show on Miro. My strategy, like essentially for PMax, it's actually very basic. So I create one campaign, and the campaign will be set up to go after a certain region normally, like a certain demographic, or a certain product category. So inside that PMax campaign, I have usually 3 asset groups. And it really depends on how you want to structure this, but on average, I would have, let's say, one campaign, and I've got 3 asset groups. Each asset group is going after a product category. So I might have like male, female, and sale items, or I could have shoes, or I could have types of shoes, or types of fashion. And so that's what I would segment between the three asset groups. The other thing I'd look at in the asset group is the customer audience signals. So you might have people who've been to your website in one, you might have another who are just literally keywords people are searching for. You could have lookalikes. I need to try and show you a PMax campaign layout so you can actually see the real thing. It's probably easier than me explaining it. The two clients I have right now, they'd probably be pissed if I showed any of their stuff. The other thing that works well for me is having a search campaign running and PMax at the same time. The search campaign feeds into the PMax because obviously what you've got is your search campaign is going for high intent keywords that you can fully control. Obviously you can't really do that in PMax. And then the PMax is naturally retargeting those people. So as soon as they come to your site, they're then seeing your ads, usually in the display placement through, whatever websites are going on. That works really well. Where is the best to pay ads? As in, like, what channel? If that's a question, I would say Facebook. I always end up coming back to Facebook. You can try Reddit, you can try Snapchat, TikTok. Google's good, obviously, but Facebook is the one that I've always seen to be the most scalable. It's the one where you get clients or your own brand that can literally scale to like 10K a day and still get good results. Whereas with Google, you can do it, but sometimes it's a little bit harder and takes a little bit more work. You can also be limited as well, and you can also have like massive amounts of competition. Yeah, I give away everything I know for free. Sometimes I make money out of it, sometimes I don't. I don't really care. I have a much longer term play with this. How do you reach out to find clients? I don't do any outreach. I think it's very hard to do outreach and get responses in this industry because it's full of crappy agencies and every business is being hit up 24/7. I will promise you this, I guarantee that. Don't pay me if I don't achieve it. Like, just all the same messaging. There's too many copy and paste agencies. So my method is TikTok, like content, giving value. And if you were to do any outreach, I would only do it to people that have engaged with your content. So like TikTok is a massive lead machine because if you're putting out really good content and then you start looking at who's commenting, who's engaging with you and showing interest, go reach out to them and offer them a free consultation or like an audit. And so technically it's still reaching out to people, but it's sort of warmer and they've already been nurtured through your content. And that has a very high conversion rate. Probably the best conversion rate. It's probably the best strategy you could do right now. Like, you could run paid ads for an agency. You're going to pay a fortune. You can get a lot of time wasters. I'm a big fan of like the personal brand route or corporate brand. I was watching a video actually of Neil Patel talking about just like his journey. Obviously, he's like very well known, and he said don't start a personal brand. You should start a corporate brand, because he was saying like he can't really walk away from his personal brand because it's all about him. Whereas if he had a corporate brand, then it'd be far more scalable and he doesn't need to be involved. I don't use PMax just for retargeting, but it does a lot of it. And one of the issues with PMax is you can't like really control it the same way as you can with a search campaign. So it'll quite often naturally go towards people who are warm. Which is why I like to have a search campaign, because then I at least have control over, you know, what traffic I'm bringing in, how much, where it's coming from. Oh, go away, booking.com. As an advertiser, I actually hate ads. Like, I've never bought from a Facebook ad. It's kind of funny. Sorry guys, just had to message my developer back. Then we go back to comments. I literally have so much on today, it's crazy. What have I missed? PMax is good for retargeting, yes, but if you want to really go hard on retargeting, go for display campaigns. Because then you're literally using display placement. Retargeting really is through either display or YouTube. YouTube works. I don't find it's as good as display for retargeting. Obviously, it's different for every brand. But in my opinion, if you want to just do retargeting, do a display campaign, add in your audience signals, and it'll be easy. Have I tried demand gen and Google campaigns? Yeah, I've done a little bit. They're not too bad. I've had mixed results. I know a guy who's killing it with demand gen campaigns. He runs like a service business for, what's the term, like not home renovation, like handyman, you know, like lawn cutting, snow clearing, plumbing, that type of stuff. He's got a company that offers all those home services. Yeah, I guess that's what's called home service business. Demand gen's working really well. Do I find any use for broad keyword campaigns on Google? I have done, but I only do broad when I've got a lot of data, because as you probably know, if you go on broad, it just goes off on a tangent. And so for broad to work, you really have to have your negative keywords set up correctly. And usually, you know, you can't really achieve that straight away. So I usually start with phrase match. most of the time. And then I'm just looking at my search terms, building up those lists. There's always keywords that will catch you out, you don't think about. And then sometimes I go to broad. But you just have to be so careful and you really have to check it. You know, I've got a campaign at the moment, for example. This is actually my friend's business. So I'm just doing him a favor here. But like, this is a search campaign to go after horse racing keywords. And you can see right here, these are keywords we're going after. It's going to be running 2 days. We have £25 a day daily spent. And we're getting literally like no impressions. Let's have a look. I think I had 4 impressions. Yeah. And this is on Phrase Match. If I go broad right now, what's probably going to happen is it's going to go way too broad to a point where it's not even looking at horse racing advertising. So yeah, I'm going to have to do it, I think, unless I can find more keywords. This industry though is like super niche, so it's kind of hard to find anything in volume. TCPA, I would only do TCPA once you have data. So in this ad account, no. What you need really is a couple hundred clicks or a couple conversions. You need to see what it costs you, then you add in TCPA, target CPA. Target CPA, you know, it's just trying to help you maintain a consistent cost per action. So you need to have that data in the first place for it to work properly. T-ROAS works really well for me as well on ecom brands. I don't know if I've even got an account to show you, but always works so well, T-ROAS. Let me try this. Be like me, when me, you, and Mitch get on a 3-way live. I'm not sure, we should do it. Only issue is we have till Sunday, I think, because TikTok's getting banned in the US, right? Unless it gets reversed. So we actually have till then. That's actually really annoying. Damn. I hope TikTok doesn't get banned. It's just gonna be a nightmare. Will I be at AW Dubai in February? I mean, I want to go to Dubai in general. I want to go back there. What does AW stand for again? Oh, Affiliate World. What's the date? 26th of Feb. Affiliate World. This actually looks pretty cool. I'm guessing you're going, right? If anyone else is going, then screw it. Might as well go. Should do like a Dubai meetup, but I don't know who would come. Who's going? Man, looks like the OGs are going. Neil Patel's going, right? Speakers. I mean, I don't think I know any of these people. Oh wait, are these the speakers this year? Are these guys big? I don't even know them. I don't recognize a single one of these. Obviously Neil Patel's big. Ryan Holiday, I know who he is. Ryan Diaz, how do you pronounce that? I heard of that name. Eric Sue, yeah, I know him. But what happened to the speakers this year? Were they not been announced yet? She runs Create Milkshake. She's great. But yeah, according to their site, these are the speakers. Yeah, maybe they're not being announced yet. That's weird. I got asked to actually speak at a couple of these events. Not that one, but a couple others that are just as big. But I don't even know what to talk about, honestly. Where am I going after TikTok is gone? Well, for me, I'm staying. Obviously, with it being UK based, right? I'm on Red Note right now. That is very interesting. I think there's a big opportunity there, even if it's only for like a month. My play this year really is going to be YouTube. I believe in YouTube so much, even though it's been around for years and there's a lot of people doing it. I think, like, if you can produce good content, I think YouTube is the place to be. And actually, what you should do is you should produce your content for YouTube first, and then repurpose it for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and all that. I think that's a much better approach. I found like on YouTube, the intent of the person and like just the quality, everything about them that consumes your content is far more engaged than on TikTok. And I've noticed this, like, it's all good getting 50,000 views, 2,000 likes, 2,000 saves, whatever on a post on TikTok, but sometimes a lot of it doesn't convert and it's just vanity. Whereas if you get on YouTube, I found that you actually really get solid engagement and even ROI from it. Do I think agency ad accounts is better than normal? It's better in the fact that you're less likely to get banned. They can sort out any issues you've got. You don't really have spend limits. That's really the only benefit. Otherwise, there's not a huge amount of difference. Do I recommend Triple Whale? Personally, no. I don't use it. I don't find it to be that helpful. I think Triple Whale is a massive procrastination to people who aren't willing to look at the bigger picture of what's going on and are obsessing over really small things that just really don't shift the needle. You know, like, oh, this ad set got a 0.3 increase in ROAS compared to this one. Instead of actually looking at, well, actually, if you look in GA4, most people go into your site, they're exiting, they're not as a car, they're not interested. Or you've got a product that's shit and no one wants to buy it. And the brands I've worked with that make the most money, they don't use any of those tools. It took me a while to realize that. Because I used to get them come on consultation calls and they'd be like, okay, you're spending 200k a month, why aren't you using Triple Whale? And they're just like, we don't need it. And then you work with them, you realize you don't need it. Hyros, though, is the only exception I make. Because Hyros, if you're doing like coaching and you drive people into a funnel where they enter their email, and if they do buy from you, maybe they don't buy from you for like, I don't know, 30 days. Hyros will actually help you understand where they originally came from. And that's probably the only valuable like reason to use something like that. Yeah, these are meta ads. Who is more good for scalability, taking or not taking a credit line? You mean like, is it better to use a credit line or not, right? Which, it depends on your situation, but I think it's smart to use one, provided you can pay it back and your business model works. If you're a startup, it's your first time running ads, no, I wouldn't use it. My friend's company, he has 100k credit line. I think he puts like 30k a month on it, something like that. And that's kept him going. And he pays it off in time. Sometimes they've over leveraged though, and then they have this sudden panic that, holy crap, I need to pay 41k next month to Meta, and if you don't pay it, obviously the ad account gets stuck. And then if you heavily rely on ads, you're screwed. But I think it's worth it. Facebook credit line is really good. Amex is also good. You get benefits from that. And there's even cards, like I've had a couple reach out to me. I've never promoted them. I think one was called Poodle, and you get like bonus air miles. I even spoke to one company that were doing cashback on TikTok. So they have certain offers on, like if you spend 10k in the next month, you'd get 20% of that money back. What's the tool in the last video? The one I posted today, I mean, that's Facebook ads. I think you mean the one before that, which is Replit. That's like the AI agent for programming. Can I do Google ads? Yeah. No, this is not dropshipping, no. Yeah, Replit. I'm using it right now. It's a very good tool. There's a way to create an AI agent and link your database. Technically there is, but it's one of them questions where I can't give you a straight answer because I would need to know more about the setup. So like depending on what your database is built in and what's in there, yes, you could connect an AI agent. So it can literally just be running off ChatGPT or even Claude, and it goes and fetches data from that database, looks at the tables, it comes back to you with an answer. Like, you could build that. How you do it would depend on the setup. You know, you might be able to do it with like make.com, or you might have to create something more custom. I wouldn't use Bolt or Lovable personally. I think Lovable's okay. It's better than Bolt. Bolt is the type of platform that is almost like a scam. It's very hard to actually get anything working and shipped. I'm talking like proper products. You can build a nice landing page. That's what it's good for at the moment. In my experience, Replit is the easiest and most advanced because it's got everything in there. So you do the database, you do deployments, the console, the shell, like everything's there. You do get some of those features on Bolt, but it's just not as good. And then the other one to look at is Cursor. But if you want to build a mobile app, I mean, that's a completely different game. I've only done web apps so far. To my knowledge, the best way to do it is you build in React Native, I think it is. And you can essentially wrap a web app into a mobile app using Cordova? I don't even know how you say it. This right here. Cordova, that's the one. .apache.org. So you can use something like this. There's a couple of others, and you can wrap a web app into a mobile app and deploy it. And I believe this is what Instagram is. The Instagram app is actually just a web app. I'm pretty sure. Or I might be thinking of another site, but yeah, it's very common. You could deploy it in the App Store, yeah. What I'd say is, like, if you've got an idea for an app, just build the MVP. So figure out what is the absolute minimum version of it, and just build it on the web if you have to for now, and get a bunch of documentation made with the AI agent, so it's all documented on how it works. Make sure the code is documented, and try and get people to give you feedback. And if it's good enough, you can find a developer who will convert it into a mobile app. You'll either have to pay them, or you could give them some kind of percentage of the company or some kind of performance fee where they're getting paid off the back of your success. And if you go to that developer and you say, look, I've already got like 300 people to use the web version, they love it, then that mobile developer is going to go and help you. It's a no-brainer. But you've got to get the MVP. What a lot of people do is they just try and build something all out, and you end up just wasting time and money. You actually risk building something that nobody wants, and that will really screw you up mentally. Like, I've had that issue. I spent 30k building this app, and in the end it was just a load of rubbish, and people were just like, what was the point in this? They didn't use it. I just had to write it off. It was because I didn't go out there and test the market. I didn't build an MVP. I just went and hired my friend who's a developer, got excited, ended up spending 30k on this thing. Right guys, I gotta go. Thanks everyone for watching, as always. Check out my latest video. It's about a common mistake that marketing agencies are making at the moment, which is super annoying. I actually made the video like 2 years ago. It's still